why not?
Mm. So this morning, we're going to be chit-chatting about a lot of stuff. For people who don't know who Minka is. But I want to know how you get the name Minka. That's the first question I want to know. How you get the name Minka?
Well, I when I was growing up, I hated my name Julian because I thought it was a Babylon name, and I mean it's Latin and it just never resonated with me. So I wanted an African name. So I would listen to Muta Baruch and he would come on with names, and I would actually bleach to just to listen to him. So one night I was determined to get a name, and I fell asleep, and the only name I heard was Minka. And it means justice, so I just took it on. Ever since I was 14, I just took on that name.
So you run with that name, Minka.
Yeah.
Good. It means justice.
It means justice in the Akan tribe of Ethiopia. It means house of love in Japan.
Good to know. Good to know.
And it's actually the House of Love is actually a place that artists go to express their creativity. So it's right up my alley.
That's what I'm just about to say. You're very. You don't call yourself talented. You say you're a multi-dimensional.
I'm a multidimensional creative being, yes.
All right. So tell me about this stuff. Now, tell me about some of the stuff that you have going for you.
Wow,
See,
where do I start? A lot of people probably know me because of my designing. So I started off doing designing, specializing in crochet, and then I would mix the African fabric with the crochet. And then, well, actually, I started off with jewelry first because my aunt Sheena gave me my first $2,000 right out of high school. I didn't want to go to college. And so in Negril, I would make my jewelry and go on the beach and try to sell, but it was just too much of a hustle life, and I really wanted to do music, so I kind of came to Kingston, but the music wasn't really working out for me. I would design my own clothes, and people would actually want them, buy them off my back, and I got a write up in the Observer. One of my friends, Mornika, introduced me to Dwight Peters, and I just got caught up in the fashion industry. So a lot of people, I became very well known for that. Unfortunately, it wasn't making money for me, and I really got tired of my accountant telling me this is an expensive hobby. So I went to school and I became a certified family herbalist. And during that time, well, all my life I've been kind of like doing readings for people, and I don't even know when that became so much career for me, but it just blossomed into like my friends just start telling other people. I started doing fairs. So I'm also what I call a spiritual life coach because I have the gift of sight. So I'm able to do readings for people. I can tap into their energy and tell them what's blocking them and stuff like that. So then I mix that with life coaching. So you know a lot of psychics, they just read people and leave them. With me, I read you and I give you life tools. So all the life tools that I use to help to better my life, I teach to what I call my mystics. So now I have a mystic circle now, and I empower a lot of people. And I also have a vegan cosmetic line. I also do feng shui. I'm a feng shui consultant. So feng shui is basically sorting out the energetic space in your home and your yard. And I have a incense line which came from just using our spiritual herbs that we have here in Jamaica. My spirit kept giving me dreams and guiding me, and they're very powerful, those incenses. And I'm also a certified media producer, and now I'm doing my music, which is like my first love. I'm so excited to do that. Auntie Pam, big up yourself. But so we're doing a bunch of things, and I do have my own show on Instagram Live as well, and I want to just really like, maybe like have my own production team. So my dream is to basically empower, especially young women, so that they know they don't really have to sell out. Like on my Instagram, I tell people because I never really like made any money from my designing, and I wasn't really business savvy. So here I was with all this talent, And I also didn't understand about wealth consciousness and how, your spiritual blockages can actually block your abundance. So I had to work on all of that. So now that I've worked through all of that, I'm just basically ready. I just recently launched a wellness hub, Jackie Morris, big up yourself, Morrison. So I had this client and she was so sweet. She helped me to secure the space. I mean, it's so crazy because I'm always talking about the law of attraction and how things work. I remember, and I'm a very spiritual person. I meditate and I pray a lot, and I'm always trying to keep in touch with source, and I have a lot of faith, right? Sometimes I doubt myself though, but I remember when my spirit was telling me to get ready for my hub and to get ready for my music, to publish my songs, and I was like, I don't know how these things are gonna happen. I had given up on my dream of doing my music. I told myself I didn't have any money for my hub. And then, I got the space, and then I was just like, okay, I don't have the money to stock it. And my spirits kept saying, stop thinking about the money like that, stop limiting yourself, practice what you preach. So I just put it out there that I wanted to stock it, and before I knew it, I was working and saving my money, and then I could buy stock to open my hub. So down at the hub, we're going to be doing like Reiki, pranic healing, energetic healing, that kind of like supernatural healing, they call it. It's very famous. It's very popular in places like Asia. So I really want to bring that here. It's all about your meridians, clearing your meridians. I don't know how much your audience knows about chakras and things like that, but every ailment, every illness is actually emotionally connected, and also it starts in your energetic field before it actually reaches to your body. So if you can keep clearing your energetic field, then more than likely you're going to be able to prevent getting sick or unhealthy or in disease. And I do practice holistic healing, so it's not just about the physical, it's the mental, because how you think have a lot to do with your life, and how your emotions, how you process your emotions and all of those things, how you process your challenges. Yep. So that's what I do. That's what I'm about. I'm excited about my hub. We sell crystals. We sell incenses. I am coming out with a line of herbal formulas. I do sell those one-on-one to my clients, and I do get really good reviews. So I'm all about wellness. I'm all about, turning what I call trash into treasure. A lot of things that we always throw away in Jamaica or not make use of.
Like a thrift shop collector.
Well, yeah, kind of like an antique shop. But like I like to, we have so much. Like, one of my practices that I do in my law of attraction is I go outside and I see all the leaves and all the trees, and I just see them as money, because the avocado leaf has so much benefits, the mango leaf has so much benefits. These are what I use in my cosmetics. I use, annatto, I use cerasee, I use moringa. And I'm very proud of using Jamaican ingredients in my products, because it's known that there's something gifted about us, about this soil.
Yeah. You actually use all of those stuff, the moringa leaf and the avocado, mango leaf, and cerasee.
I do. All of those things I use. I use cocoa. Oh my gosh, the Jamaican chocolate. They don't call it foods of the god for nothing. But yes, and I mean, and one of the things too that makes my product so magical is that when you use products that are what's that word that I'm looking for? Indigenous to your country, and it's a different vibe. It's a different energy. My products are not just vegan and all natural and cater to the environment, but the energy, the magic that I put in it, just because I am passionate about it, just because I'm also a vegan, and I would not sell anything that I wouldn't use or wear.
Yeah.
And this is my line. This is my line. I'm actually wearing my own makeup. So I have a vegan makeup line that I'm gonna be launching soon. So and I'm so very proud, because if you know, I'm very proud to say, as a Jamaican, you could get all these things from here. International class, first class, the best quality, you know, and we're bringing it globally. So yeah,
That's
very
wonderful.
proud of
That's
that.
wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I
and
applaud
and
you.
so I have my own hair care line too. So if you notice, my hair is very tinted. This is my natural hair color line that I'm coming out with, also, that doesn't have any chemicals in it. So we're really like tapping into, you know, we're tapping into all the creativity that the universe and God and source is you know, giving unto us. I don't watch TV. I don't really gossip. I don't pay attention too much to what's going on. So I have a lot of time on my hands to be creative.
I know to be involved in so many different things, and making so much stuff. But I'm looking at some of I was just showing them online or not too long while you were talking.
Hmm.
I'm looking at some of the things that you crochet, right? Like the headgear, the outfit I see wearing, and the swimsuit that another model was wearing as well. But how long have you been doing the crocheting?
Well, I've been crocheting since I was 10. No, maybe from before that, actually. From before that. Maybe since I was 6. I lived with my stepmother. I lived with my stepmother, and she would, you know, the other kids would go to play, and I was bullied when I was younger because I was always so different. So I didn't like to play with the other kids. They never
What was the
used.
first thing you made? What was the first thing you made?
I made maybe like a doily or something like that. So back in the day, that's what they used to teach us to make, like doilies and table. You know, it was about house decor. Um, so when I went to Washington one time, I met some of my friends, and they actually used, and that time it was the finer needle, and it took forever to make something. So when I went to Washington, I met some girls that used the bigger needle and the bigger thread to make clothes. You know, like what I'm wearing now. And so I was like, and then right before that, somebody had given me some crochet tops, and I was very inspired to make stuff like that. So when I went to Washington and I saw, and then I started realizing that, you know, there were patterns online and stuff. So I started making clothes that time, but it was mostly for myself. I started making, like, I would make a top to match, like something as simple like this, because what you don't know, this is just a straight line, and then I just put a thing here. So it's very easy to make something like this. So I would start off with something like this, and then maybe like make a hat and a bag to match. So I really started to make the stuff for myself at first, and then when I came back to Jamaica, I was hanging out at the studios because I really wanted to do my music, and people would just want to buy the stuff off my back, and I wanted the money, so they would actually just go to the road and buy a shirt and come back and tell me like they just had to have my clothes. And I was just like, I think I have something here. So then it was just, everything was ordained and it was just predestined. So then I met a friend, Dorset. Dorset introduced me to the Observer, and she did a feature on me. I would also write for the Observer as well as a teenager. And then I was introduced to Dwight Peters by Monique, one of my other friends, and he just blasted my fashion for me. And then I went over to Pulse, and I did a lot of fashion shows after that in New York, St. Kitts, Belgium, UK, yeah, Barbados.
So you've been traveling as well with but while doing your stuff.
Yep. Yep, it's just unfortunate that it wasn't really making any money for me, but it was fortunate because it made my name. You know, it made my name. So it's kind of like anything I come out with now, people pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you know, I can't even really blame anybody for me not making any money. It's just because I wasn't smart. I wasn't a business person. I don't think I wanted to make money. I had the mindset of, you know, when you're too woke for your own good.
I understand that part of it. I understand that part of it. Yes,
Yeah, I just didn't want to have anything to do. And then it really became a lot for me because when I started to get really well known, people would just show up at my yard and eat out my food and go away with my books, and it was crazy. I just wanted to hide.
So the person who once get bullied now have a lot of friends after that, huh?
If you could call them that. I'm very smart about listen, my best friends now, no knock to the real people in my life, but my best friends now are my spirit guides. Like, I used to be so used to bawl a lot about being so different and being so left out because I'm so psychic and I'm so in touch with the spiritual world. Now I love it. Like, leave me alone. Let me talk to my fairies. Let me talk to my spirits, because I am just very psychic and a lot of people are very fake, and like I'm just so hard to pretend. Like, I'm gonna be looking at you like, yeah, right. So I just avoid people as much as I can. And then when I go out now, I bring out my actress mode, because you can't malice everybody. There's just so many people out there that's just so fake. You can't malice them, and it doesn't make sense.
Don't sound like somebody who keep a grudge either. So.
I do not, but I'm just saying, don't be fake with me, because I call you out. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard for me to play diplomatic and be looking at, you know, I see through people. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Because you're an idealist and a positivist. So that's good. Now, tell me about your music. You said that's your passion now, music. Because I saw the videos that you sent.
Yes.
And, I did some touch upon it just to, not to be, get infringe on it, for,
Yes.
Because it's copyright protected as well.
It is, but okay, but you should be able to play it though, because I mean, I'm
not talking the song. I'm talking the videos.
Oh no, because it's my video. I paid for that video, so that's so it's okay. You could use it.
But tell me your music. You say you have the passion now for music.
So I've always had the passion for music, though. That's basically what I've always wanted to do. Ever since I was a child, I would record songs off the radio and practice to sing them on the top of my voice, on my veranda, in my bathroom. I was always singing as a child. And then I started writing my own songs when I was in high school, and I would always perform at high school as well, which was so crazy. Talk about having enemies. I had a lot of people who hated me in high school. But this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do my music, right? One time when I went and I did a show, it was some impromptu stuff, because they're always pushing me on stage, and my friends pushed me up on stage. They wanted to go on stage, but them not have no lyrics, right? So they pulled me on stage with them, and I sang over this Beenie Man song, say, I am going home on Rastaman train, them I tell me, so still I see and a God, I am going, and so, at the time I was a Rasta, right? And so it mashed up the whole place. And when I saw even my enemies and people that didn't like me, that were rooting for me, I was like, oh, this is like a high like no other. So that's the thing though. A lot of times when I performed was because I was being pushed on stage. And I used to perform in groups as well. Like, in Jamaica and in country, you have these little community things. And then when I used to go to church, I used to perform. And then they used to have these concerts where you pay to take off the person. So then I would always be the last one up there, and I would think it's because nobody didn't love me. I didn't realize they just wanted to see me perform. So, and I always got like a lot of lead roles when I sang in the choir. And then, so I started performing when I was like 19, or maybe like 17. It was maybe before that. Jesse Gender would put me on his shows. Capleton would call me up. Sizzler, I perform on Sizzler's show too. So I was so young though. I probably looked like I was 12 at the time. And Future Fambo, like all these people would help me to really, like, they would call me up on stage and stuff. They helped me more than the females. The females started to get jealous, and apart from the fact that one and two of the other men would try to check for me, because all of these names that I'm calling, they never disrespected me none time. They just really wanted to help. But the girls, the females in the industry, let me tell you, big ups to Auntie Pam. I can't stop saying it. And I'm the kind of person, I do not like competition. So if I see where, because I sang backup for Andrew, oh my God, what's his name? I've done a few backup tracks, and there was a famous singer, I'm not going to really call his name, but I did a track, and he told me he didn't use that track, and I actually was watching a movie, and I heard my own voice, and I realized it was that track. And then I can't even bother. So those things turned me off, the music. I didn't want to do it. And then, I had an incident where I was trying to perform, and I was, somebody put a gun at my side. So I was really turned off, and that traumatized me. And I was 19, so I kind of like I was like, forget this music business. I just really can't be bothered. And it was really hard. Huh?
You're back from the music for a while, and now you can't.
Well, yeah, it's more, people always be like, I think it's really my calling, and it just happened. I mean, my spirit just said to get ready. I, wanted to, they said publish your songs. So I published my songs, and I, got them copywritten. And then it was so crazy. I got to go to LA, and in LA, I don't know, it was just something. Everybody just started making a big fuss about me. I did have one and two songs that I was just fooling around in the studio with, and I would make them hear it, and they would just go crazy. And everybody wanted me to perform at some big, venues. Like, they were giving me big venues. Even the other day, Boom Dawn, big up yourself. So Homer Harris, now I reconnected with him in Florida just the other day, and he's been on my case since I was 17 to do my music. So he was just like, come, this is a dream of yours, we're gonna do the work. And right as I started working with him, and he would be giving me exercises to do and stuff like that, Boom Dawn asked me to do a show for her, a fashion show. So the models didn't come through for her, and then I was just like, oh, well, I guess I could perform, but it was a joke. But she put me on the show, and the next thing I know, I was this highly anticipated performer, and I performed well. I performed so well that I got, a couple of producers wanting to work with me. But I'm very funny, because they wanted to turn me into India Arie and Jill Scott and all of that. And no, I love my manager, because he's like, no, we love your flavor, the old school. They're like telling me my flavor too old school and all of that. So I didn't work with them. And I'm very, particular about that with who I work with, because I'm so true to my craft. Like, this to me, with everything else, comes from source. So then my manager really worked on me. So even that show that I performed, that I got so much traction from, I'm so much better now, because I've really been performing, practicing, doing my breathing exercises, doing my exercises, really getting ready even mentally, because I'm not somebody who likes the limelight. I don't like the limelight. That was a big part of also why I changed my mind. I do not like eyes on me too much. I do not like unnecessary attention. So I had to be preparing spiritually and mentally for, and then the thing about it is, my spirits told me that when I do my music, and I mean, my music is very positive, as you can hear. I'm sending this positivity, but I'm also going to be getting attention. And then when I get the attention now, I can tell people about the natural lifestyle, the vegan cosmetics, the empowerment jewelry. So it's really an empire in an authentic way, because you have a lot of people that build empire by stealing other people's creativity, by, and it's not the truth. It's like a facade, and they have to, be probably prostituting themselves. And I want to build my empire from the ground up to show people that it can be done. I use a lot of spiritual what I call magic in terms of meditation and connecting to source. I'm a very spiritual person. That comes first before everything else.
Good, good. Since you mentioned positive lyrics, this the video I'm going to show now is I really like this. I really like the lyrics. Ray Bans.
Thank you.
I wanna, feature it right now. Let people see Ray Ban. So Ray Ban with Minka Love.
Greetings, this is Minka Love. Practice social distancing. Boost your immune system, people. It's time for us to get healthy and, grow some food and them things. And I just want to make an appeal to shine your lights. Shine your light bright. If you have a message, if you have knowledge that you want to share, this is the time to stand up and be a light for the universe. You know why? And tell the haters them say when I respond, render him. Yeah, man. Because right about now, in these times, we have to give light and hope and love to each other, you know? Tell the haters we get some real fans. Cause we are shine bright and we no respond. Well, peace and we can go the long distance. Tell dirty hearts and no put up no resistance. Tell the media say we're ready for the spotlight. Cause the world have to get our good vibes. Teach the people how to live them best life. Tired of the killing, now we tired of the night. Our time now, we live a good life. All Jamaicans, just shine your light bright. Be a star and write your own play, right? It just a go like this one name right. Meditation to set the meds well right. Body firm and we keep that well tight. Them a chat, them can't go and chat all night. Can't get we out all the fight, them a fight so. Tell the haters to get some real fans. Cause we a shine bright so we no response. Well, it's how we can go the long distance. Tell dirty hearts and no put up no resistance. Tell the media say we're ready for the spotlight. Cause the world happy gets our good vibes. Teach the people how to live them best life. Tired of the killing, now we tired of the night. We are lead and now we are set the most trends. Well, authentic and we no love the pretense. We just a flow with the high frequency. Style what we have, you don't know them never see it yet. We too best, I couldn't weed them a try stress. I couldn't weed them a run, come try test. I try flop we but after we defense. Can't get we all cause you know we are no weak fence. Haters they get some real fans. As we are shine bright so we no response. Well, kiss and we can go the long distance. Tell dirty hearts and no put up no resistance. Tell the media we're ready for the spotlight. Cause the world happy get our good vibes. Teach the people how to live them best life. Tired of the killing, now we tired of the night. Our time now, we live a good life. All Jamaicans, just shine your light bright. Be a star and write your own play right. Skin just a go like this, only empire right. Meditation to set the meds well right. Body firm and we keep that well tight. Them a chat, them can go and chat all night. Can't get we out all the fight, them a fight stop. Tell the haters to get some real fans. Cause we are shine bright so we no respond. Well, kids and we can go the long distance. Tell dirty heart, no have no resistance. Tell the media we're ready for the spotlight. Cause the world have to get our good vibes. Teach the people how to live them best life. Tired of the killing, now we tired of the night. Yeah man, more love and more life, you know. Give thanks for tuning in. It has been Minka Love, you know. On behalf of Jamaica. Big up Homer Harris and my Westmoreland people them. Enough love. Greetings. This is Minka Love. Practice social distancing.
Yes, Minka. That is good.
Thank you so much.
You sit down on the rhythm like a lizard on a limb, man. That's
Thank
good.
you.
That's good.
Thank you.
So
I've been practicing.
now that you have a song also today. Hmm?
Huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no,
Say
no. What you were? No, I was saying I've been practicing. I practice a lot. I do practice a lot. I do take my craft very seriously. So I
True.
practice a
True.
lot. I am, I remember when my manager said, "I'm not training you to perform for 20 minutes. I'm training you to perform for an hour, 2 hours." And it's so crazy. I do not even have a record out, and I'm getting offers like that, where I'm getting a whole venue to do my own show. I could perform for an hour if I want. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just the blessings, really. And I've always learned there's no such thing as an overnight success. It's like, you've been making all these causes, and then when the universe says it's right, it's just like you could really make a quantum shift, which is what I feel is gonna happen. With all of this. Hmm?
I said, good things comes to those who wait.
Yeah, but
And that's good. That is good.
But I really have been practicing. So as I was saying, I really don't. I'm not judging anybody, but it's really nice to see an artist on stage and they're not running out of breath and they're not letting the audience sing everything for them. Like, I really enjoy performing, and I really want to put on some good performances for the people. So I've been really practicing and training and developing my craft.
That's true. You have a song here that we got it this morning. Hold on. You have a song this morning, name Love Bill, I guess.
Auntie Pam sent it. Oh my gosh, I knew she was getting some.
You want to tell me more about the Love Bill?
I'm gonna cry. Okay, so the love pill is, I've always been jealousy. I've always been, ever since I was going to school, man. It's just been, and the thing about me is that I'm so helpful, I'm so loving. I don't see why anybody needs to be jealous of anybody. You know what I'm saying? You put in the work too, So, I mean, the thing is, I know how the music industry is, and, I was just tired of people, and I know there are a lot of people that can relate to this. I was just tired of putting myself in a corner just because I was afraid of people being jealous of me. So this love pill is like, listen, I know them are sick of this, and a lot of people have just really tried to, come at me and test me, and I'm still here, hello. So that's kind of like what the song is about, but most importantly, it's all about, no matter what people throw at me, it's just love. Like, here's the love pill, because you must be miserable and unhappy to be wanting to, be jealous of people and all of that. So that's just the whole concept of the song. And it's really, teaching people that, claim your power, take up space, take your power back. with love.
Before I play, while it's playing, because I don't want them to see your reaction while it's playing, I'm just going to do a photo slide of your products while Love Bill is playing. That's good enough for you?
That's, I'm good, sure.
And it's premiere on our podcast this morning.
Yes, yay! So
we're the best. We're the best. So here we go. So, Love Bill by the talented or the multi-dimensional Minka.
Yo, why them people love text and power with someone? True, when I look like we're mighty and strong. But watch the estimation, cause you could be wrong. Cause you see, the power so we have that no normal. And anything we touch, you know we got viral. We just a work and a pre-out survival. Worship Not invoke no demon. Just true positive vibration with sincere thoughts. Some deep meditation as a empress. I'll be road meditation ready when them call lioness. Iration. Yo, sick of this.
Yes, indeed. That's Love Bill. Love Bill with the talented. Well, I keep saying talented, but that's how I see it. You know? Come back in, Minka.
I'm right here.
Come back in, Minka. Where you at?
Right here.
All right. So that's just a snippet of the
Thank
song,
you.
So right now, since we have I want to ask you another question, because I know you tell us a lot about yourself. You're vegan. You're a vegan, right?
Mhm.
You specialize in vegan food as well?
Yes, actually I do, and I have a catering company that I do cater to parties and events sometimes actually, and I really want to come out with juices and shakes. So I'm gonna be selling those down at my hub. So I'm gonna be selling like snacks and stuff. And I've been coming out with some stuff that I don't really want to talk about yet. Don't want to give away my secrets because it's so crazy how people, just the other day somebody was saying to me, "Oh, Minka, look how you started up this vegan thing," and then people just take it and run gone and making money off it more than you. And I'm like, I don't watch those things because I invest a lot of money in studying my craft, everything that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So I want to really do it properly, and then I get a lot of creative ideas from source, and especially internationally, I really want to come up with a line of snacks, foods, really healthy stuff, teas, sauces, stuff like that. And the thing about it is, I've really been tweaking and twerking, and I'm realizing that a lot of the stuff that they put in our cosmetics, a lot of the stuff that they put in our food, they don't have to. And they don't have to put these things in our foods. So why do they do it? So I've really been studying. I call myself the mad scientist because a lot of these things I use on myself. I experiment on myself, and if it's good enough for me, then it's ready to put on the market. I say I can't really fully say I don't use animal testing because, to be honest, what I do is I put like my cosmetics and stuff in my yard, and if the ants eat it, then we're good to go.
You're dynamic, man. You're dynamic. You're not the mad scientist. You're the dynamic scientist.
Thank you.
So that's how we come about to Touch of Minka, right?
Touch of Minka, yes, is really the cosmetic line, and I mean that came about. I don't even know. Somebody actually gave me that name. They were like, "Oh, everybody needs a touch of Minka in their lives," because I did so many things. And so the Touch of Minka, yes, it's a cosmetic line, but then it's like the everything. Everything is like you get everything. It's a touch of me because I really do put my heart and my soul into everything that I do. And I really refuse to compromise the integrity or the value, the quality of my products or my services.
True. I love that. So if for people who want to get in touch with you want to tell them where they can reach you?
You could just minkaluv.com. That's my website. So you could just get me. All contacts are on there. You could. I'm on Instagram, Touch of Minka, TOUCHOFMINKA, and then you could just message me from there.
Mm-hmm. We'll have some people in the chat room bigging you up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Top Future, Angela, everybody just giving you the thumbs up. They like your motivation, your whole vibes, etc. And I really love your vibe. So I really love your vibe because see all the, when I went on your website and to see the stuff that you did, and you're simple-handedly, came up with all of these ideas and turned them into, I would say, a reality. Because for you to have your own cosmetic lines and things like this, and everything is all natural, vegan stuff, you're really dynamic. That's all I can say. You're dynamic.
Thank
Really
you.
dynamic.
Thank you.
And
And
where my co-host, Flavius, where you at, man?
Yeah, I've been calling you long ago.
Yep, I have a long time all. So you can come on in and drop your two bits, huh?
No, but I like the stuff in the industry. I mean, there's stuff before, especially crochet.
Yeah. I love the crochet.
But the music, yeah. But the music is good, man. Music is good.
Don't put down none of them, yeah? And things will come. Don't worry about the money. Things will come.
yes,
Because
definitely.
when you start a business sometime and you focus solely on just money, never usually, take off that way.
True.
But what you have is natural stuff. People will buy it when time comes.
Thank
Everything takes time.
Oh, yeah.
Just a matter of time for them. Because if you notice, this COVID-19, it made a lot of changes in people's life. And more changes is going to happen. This is just beginning. Right? And the future is not ours to see, but the destiny, we know our destiny, we know where we want to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just continue to strive for good and for the unity, because everything that you mentioned this morning, is absolutely marvelous. And I say you're dynamic, keep the good works, sister, from
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's the goal, because really and truly, I've been, investors ask me to bring my business to the States, to factories and stuff. It's very important for me to keep my business Jamaica based, and to employ Jamaican people and to make foreign exchange for my country. So I've always liked that phrase, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. So yeah.
That's powerful words right there, sir, man. I love it, man.
Thank you.
Just continue to do the same thing, don't ease up,
Mhm. Yeah.
So if I want to close out the conversation with another video, right? This other video. I think this one here, something another bliss.
No, you just played it. So that was the same one. Yeah, I didn't do that. I performed it, and the person who video.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the same one. Love Pill. It's the same one. Mm-hmm.
It's the same one.
Yeah.
See, we'll change the name.
Right.
Change the name. All right, that's good. You see, so you have good marketing.
There you go. I do have an excellent team. I do.
One product would sell with different names. You see what I'm telling you? Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. So, tell me something. What word of advice would you tell the youngsters of Jamaica now? The young Jamaicans growing up right now, coming up and see the hardship that they're facing.
The first thing. Oh, sorry. The first thing I'll tell everybody, you have to have a spiritual practice. I really don't care if you're a Muslim, a Jew, a Christian, a Rastafarian. You have to have that connection with Source. That's what works for me. Pray, meditate, do journaling, look into yourself, do that self-reflection. You know what I'm saying? Do your meditation, your gratitude exercises. And take care of your health. try to eat. I tell people you don't have to cut out eating meat, but a lot of people don't eat fruits at all. Start eating your fruits. Eat up your vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Eat up your superfoods. We have so much of them here. I was just studying up about tamarind, and I use tamarind leaves in my products, by the way, which have excellent healing qualities. They heal your wound so fast. And even just the fruits, just eating tamarind. And what we do, we have tamarind wasting. You know what I'm saying? So take care of your health, because the first rule that you learn in spirituality, which takes care of everything else, is that you have to have a healthy body. Even if you're rich or whatever, you're not going to enjoy your wealth if you're not healthy. You know what I'm saying? If you're not healthy, then you're not going to be able to be productive. So, and being healthy is not expensive. As I just said, tamarind are waste, mango are waste. Mango leaf can make tea. Ackee leaf can make tea. Fever grass away. Come on, stop making excuses. You know what I'm saying? Go plant your own food. So as an advice really is take care of your body. Try to do in a holistic way with meditation, with self-reflection. And I guarantee you, once you take care of that, then everything else will fall into place. Don't feel like you have to sell out. Even if it takes you longer, this is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying? Because say, for example, I always wish that I had people to just give me money so I could just invest in my business. But what had happened is, because I didn't have the money like that, it pushed my creativity to another level. You know what I'm saying? So never feel like wherever you are is, you need to beat up on yourself. You could start from this moment on, wherever you are, on the ground, and build yourself up from there once you do the spiritual work and you have faith in yourself. And never look at the 3D reality, because you can make the impossible possible with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because as I was saying, with me is I showed you all the example. I never really had any, capital or money like that to do stuff. You have free online courses. Once there's a will, there is a way. And and it's very important for me, especially for women. Do not feel like you have to compromise. Like you feel like you need to sleep around, you need to sleep with guys. At the end of the day, you're probably gonna end up regrets living like that. Especially, if you live like that and you don't have a problem, that's okay. I'm not talking, I'm talking about if it's a problem for you and you feel like you need to compromise. There were so many times I felt like that. There were so many times I was on my floor bawling, tearing out my hair, wanting to give up. Okay? And I didn't. You will find that strength through prayer, through connecting with Source, and it's gonna be worth the climb. It's gonna be worth the climb, because as I said, now, all right, first time I used to hire somebody, to do maybe like my flyers. And they would charge me a whole bunch of money, and take forever. And then I learned how to do my own flyers now. So even, you understand what I'm saying? So when you don't have the money, you get creativity. You get creative. Work with what you have. You know what I'm saying? So, and start at because I don't think God gives you more than what you can bear. And I feel like the more, testimony, like the more challenges you have is the more testimonies you will have, and the more people can relate to you, and then that's the more impactful you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So strive to create, to find a purpose, and not just to live selfishly for yourself in a material world. That world is gone, where it's all about getting a Benz and a Beamer and showing off on your fellow human beings. It's a world now where we're all, I am at a stage and I build up people. It's such a shame for me to learn about celebrities and artists who people have to be suing them. They have billions of dollars, and just for squeeze a little change to the person who actually wrote your song, that you're making billions of dollars off, so it's really time to level the ball ground. The slavery thing is not going to work anymore. We really have to, this showing off on each other is not going to work. It's unity. Nobody no better than nobody. We need the garbage man as much as we need the doctor. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my advice. respect everybody. And also that is a big lesson I learned, because a lot of the people, even when I went to LA the other day, a lot of the people who introduced me to a lot of celebrities, you wouldn't believe that they knew celebrities. You go on their Instagram page, they don't have no one bag of follower. They don't even have a picture of them and no celebrity. So be careful of judging people, because you don't know who is who. And be careful of following that carrot blindly, because it was so crazy. A lot of times when you follow and you try to nuff up yourself on celebrities or places that you think is going to make it for you, you end up in places that you really don't want to be. But if you be yourself, be authentic, and that is why I think everywhere I go, people love me, because I'm authentic and I'm just being myself, and I'm not trying to nuff up on a celebrity just because they're a celebrity. If you're a nice person, I will like you. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity, because everybody knows if you're a celebrity and I don't like you, I'm not gonna talk to you. You know, so be true to yourself and don't fall for this facade and this fake life. It's dismantling, and it's not gonna be anymore, because a lot of people that are showing off with their money and stuff didn't get their money by any their means are questionable. So believe in yourself and don't follow the facade. Don't fall for it.
True.
Because as I said, God don't give you no more than you can bear. And you know, it's very important to, when you pray, you really just listen to the guidance and act accordingly. Like how I was telling you that my spirit was telling me that, listen, you need to get ready for your music. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't follow my spirit, I wouldn't be ready. I wouldn't be ready for my hub if I wasn't taking my studies in herbal medicine and stuff, and my pranic healing and my energy healing and stuff. You have to listen to your inner voice and your inner calling. You know, and if you feel like there's a dream, and don't limit yourself. They told me I have to choose. I don't choose nothing. I have an empire. If you have the creative ideas, all you got to do is delegate.
True.
There are a lot of people out there that want work, that's in need of work. So make it work. Delegate and get organized. You know what I'm saying? Administrate. Is that what the word is? Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if other races are doing it, why can't we leave trust fund babies? Why can't we as black people leave money for our great grandparents of them? So if they don't want to work, they don't have to work. So I'm imploring people, like, people will look at me and be like, oh, Minka still take the bus. Minka said, yes, because guess what? Cars are not assets, they're liabilities, okay? And the minute you drive them off the lot, they start losing value. So I'm investing in things that will eventually make money for me in the long term. So you have to be smart and not be about the hype.
Minka, thank you for.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's been an honor.
Be more so right. Understand me? Whatever you do, don't make nobody change it. I know nobody not going to change you. Because with your willpower and strong mind and your ability, nobody is going to change you.
Thank you.
It's dynamic. Flavius, time for us to get out of here.
Thank you.
This could go on a few hours more.
Aww. I just wanna big up my mom and my family and my mystic circle. And thank you guys so much for having me. Jamaica, I love you, my people. I'm here for you. We're gonna make it work. New time for a golden age. And we had the golden age in Africa, and we bringing that back. Like, we bringing back all the ancient ancestor powers. We're bringing that back for our people. Enough of the slavery business. Enough of the slavery life. As I said in my song, time for we live a good life. Shine bright time. and not just for me, but I want all of us to shine.
That's true, Minka.
Blessings.
Flavius.
Yeah. No, it was very good this morning, I can tell you. Very, very good. And I think the listeners would have enjoyed it tremendously.
Thank you so much for having me. All right, then. Take care. And I wish you all the best with your show.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, Flavius, Time for us to get out of here.
Yes, sir.
You want to say before we
Yes.
Bye guys, thanks for
Well,
joining.